Well, my name is Bill Forrest. This is the Art Appreciation Module 7 Module 7 Painting Project. And we're going to be doing some different types of color schemes. That's your first decision that you're going to make. Why am I having you make these decisions about color? Well, you've been building a knowledge base. And the next step up on Bloom's taxonomy to get you up to the value judgment up on top of this pyramid of thinking power, down at the bottom is the knowledge base. Next thing that comes along is synthesis. That's what we're doing today. You're practicing what you have learned and you're making decisions about what you have learned. That leads into formal analysis where you can then look at it and say, hey, I've created a complementary color scheme and I've done that with opposites on the color wheel. You demonstrate your understanding and your synthesis from your knowledge base. And that then leads into analysis and really good value judgments about what it is you're creating or the thoughts that you're putting forth. So that's the big think behind why we're doing what we're doing today. And my demonstration today is all about creating a color scheme that's then going to have a number of size, scale, and proportion references. So one of the first decisions that you make is which colors are you going to use? So you want to pick up some water and drop it into the colors you're going to use. Now, monochromatic, that's just one color with the addition of white and black to it. Analogous is whenever you have three colors that are adjacent on the color wheel. So I'll load up red, orange, and yellow, or I could load up green, blue, and purple. So analogous can be either warm or cool. And then complementary colors are always going to be opposites on the color wheel. They're going to be things like orange and blue. They're opposites on the color wheel. Purple and yellow, opposites on the color wheel. And red and green, opposites on the color wheel. So it's your choice which pots of paint that you're going to activate. So we've got the pigment in there and the binder, and what we're doing is adding a little bit of the vehicle, the water, to it all so that we can move that around easily. My first part of the demonstration, I'm going to cover just about the whole page, so it's going to be about this tall, about this wide. I'm going to lay down a matrix of water, just clean water, onto the page. Not a whole lot, just a few drops in my brush. And I'll bring that down here. So this is wet on wet application of color. So I've wet the surface and I've decided to go monochromatic. So I'm going to start with my blue and I'm going to place the blue up at the top and I'm going to gradate the blue down into the horizon line. And what I've done is create a tint because I've allowed more and more white to show through from the blue. Once I've reached the horizon line, I'm going to wash out, get the pigment out of my brush, pick up clean water, come down here to the bottom, and I'm going to wet the page. So this is what's called wet on wet application to create a gradated wash. And I'm going to bring this right up, this clean water, right up to the light blue that's there. Okay, there it is. And now, another monochromatic gradation, and this one's going to be a shade. So I'm going to start with the darkest blue that I can, and I'm going to gradate it down to the page, work the brush out, and then I'm going to pick up the black, start the black at the bottom, and gradate the black into the blue. And that creates the shade. So I've just created a monochromatic value gradation, and this particular color scheme is just one color with the additional white or black. Now, once you've completed your background picture, the background of your picture, then you want to go to the magazines and you want to find size references that are large, medium, and small. So take a look at the size of these heads. There's my first one. Here's the second one that I've cut out. And then here's the third one that I've cut out. The size and the scale is established. Once I establish what is large, I can then find what's medium and then what is smallest. Whenever you find these, you want to cut out along your contour edges. And so if you do this, this is incorrect. If I just do this and place it down there, my background doesn't show through. So what you want to do is cut around the contour edges. And I've used people because I can compare the size of the shape of the head. Now this is the smallest head that I'm cutting out. And once I know what small is, then I can figure out how big a head I need to find for medium, and then how big large is going to be. When you go to place these onto your composition that you're making, you're going to place them down according to their relationship to the horizon line. So you know that basic law: as things recede into the distance, they appear to get smaller and smaller. So a 6-foot person standing right next to you, they're going to look like they're 6 feet tall. But if they're way out on the horizon line, they may only look a few inches tall to you. So that's a size difference that we can observe in the real world. What we're doing is creating an illusion. And so with this illusion, here it is in relationship to the horizon line. There's my small. And then placed in relationship to the horizon line. Oh, I'll do a little overlap too. That's always good for illusion. There's the medium. And then here's a little more overlap. There's the large. So small, medium, and large in relationship to the horizon line is going to give you the illusion of depth. So your two main components you want today inside of your project: create a color scheme of your choice, complementary, analogous, or monochromatic. And then go to the magazines, and we have them in the room, and they're along the back shelf there. Find size references that'll give you the correct scale and proportion for your composition. So that's my demonstration for this morning. My name's Bill Forrest, and this is the Art Appreciation Painting Technique Project.